to chat for the hearts that sustain us. Bringing the love where the waves crash and scatter. Words form a bond and they endlessly chain us. Kindness that matters. Voices arise and the flow never falter. Building a space where the ties last forever. Chat is the place where respect doesn't alter, holding us clever. Grateful are we for the sparks that ignite us. Chat lifts us up, every voice brings its power. Threads of goodwill through the storms that unite us. Hope we devour. Here in this space, every heart finds its meaning. Words weave a net where the world feels much kinder. Chat is the pulse, every moment redeeming, binding reminder. Grateful are we for the sparks that ignite us. Chat lifts us up, every voice brings its power. Threads of goodwill through the storms that unite us. Hope we devour. Quiet nights and the storms full of thunder. Chat holds the light, every word a new tether. Strength in the love that connects us no sunder, lifting together. Hats off to Chat for the joy in your giving. Every kind soul brings a world that feels brighter. May these connections endure while we're living, bond growing tighter. Hats off to Chat for the joy in your giving. Every kind soul brings a world that feels brighter. May these connections endure while we're living, bond growing tighter. To Chat for the hearts that sustain us. Bringing the love where the waves crash and scatter. Words form a bond and they endlessly chain us. Kindness that matters. Voices arise and the flow never falter. Building a space where the ties last forever. Chat is the place where respect doesn't alter, holding us clever. Grateful are we for the sparks that ignite us. Chat lifts us up, every voice brings its...
Everybody, hey Big Chief, are you still here? You went first in, so I need to know, very important, Dorothy or Alice, Big Chief? Dorothy or Alice? It's so nice to have you here. Lupita, sweetie, how are you? Lori, I've missed you guys so much. It's been a full week since we've been together. I missed last Wednesday, and then I missed Sunday, and I'm going to tell you guys all about it. It has been just a crazy, crazy couple of weeks. Have we missed more than that? I think we've missed more than that. We missed the Sunday before last. So we've missed several days. Brian, sweetie, how are you doing? How are finals coming along? It is good to see you, Lori. It is good to see you. Big Chief, I really do need to know, Alice or Dorothy? Because you win first in today, man. You were definitely first here. Definitely first here. For some reason, 2 videos are showing up in today's weirdness of YouTube. You've taken the week off because of finals. Tomorrow you have both of them. Are you feeling ready, Brian? Finals are scary. I never liked finals. Dorothy. Okay, Dorothy it is. Here is your prize. Check it out, Big Chief. Listening and cleaning, lovely. There it is. There's your first in award, Big Chief. Do you know my email, Big Chief, to send it off to me? Send me off an email and I will forward you. You just got to tell me which picture it is. Tell me Dorothy for first in award. And you send it here. There is my email. So we can get it. Cricket did these for me a little while ago because I've been in and out. Yay is right. I love first in. I think this one is particularly pretty. Shoot me an email and I will get it off to you. You sure you do good? Looking at probably an A in both classes or an A and a B. Either way, I'm happy with how this term is gone. Excellent, Brian. That is the way to be. That is the way to be. I always like it when I know how I'm situated coming into finals. I do not like it when I've got 3/4 of the class grade coming out of the finals. So it's a whole big thing because I don't know how I'm gonna do. Yes, cha-cha-cha with those red slippers. Aren't they beautiful? Let's get a look at them again because they are such fancy red slippers. Cha-cha-cha indeed. These ruby red slippers are made for walking. Then you're off until the fall. Well, at least you get a little bit of a summer, Brian. At least you get a little bit of a summer. Dip your foot into the school pool and then take your time. Get some rest, and you'll be perfectly situated to jump back into it in the fall. It's a nice way to do it. Nice way to do it. So, you guys, first things first, I got the bracelets, the crystal and sterling silver SP bracelets that we did for Antics fundraiser for Audit LA. I got them into the mail to Susan and to Brain Fog yesterday. It's all relative. You've been off from society for the last 3 years. I hear you, Brian. My summer is going so far exceptionally well, but I've been off for most of it, right? The last 2.5 weeks, I've been pretty much off of work. And even this week, I worked yesterday, but I'm not going to work Friday because it's the holiday. And so my client doesn't need me on Friday. So it's another nice little step ladder back into work. And then my client and I sat down and talked about the summer, and the schedule for the summer is that we are going to go to a county fair every week this summer. So I am really excited about that. I think it'll be great fun. There'll be some driving involved. Yeah, Brian, tell the lady what you're studying, honey. I think I remember, but I don't want to speak for you. So Lori is curious. There's 10 of you in here already? I can't quite believe it. Some of you aren't talking. Some of you aren't talking. History and creative writing. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. So I love going to county fairs. So I think I'm going to have so much fun this summer going to all the different county fairs. Cat hair. Cat hair in the lip gloss. It's a disaster. Hey, Robert, how are you doing, sweetie? It is good to see your face. I haven't seen you for a while. What is new and different in your world? I have graduated, and I am now free, at least from school. Now I have to look for a job. That be the trick, y'all. That be the trick. Fairs don't happen here till September? Really, Brian? All the county fairs where I grew up, the county fairs happened in June and July, and early August because all of the winners for 4-H had to be ready to come. Thank you, Lori. Had to be ready to come to the state fair if they won. And the state fair is the last weekend of August. The last 10 days of August, actually. Been busy here. Congratulations. Thank you, Robert. I'm glad you've been busy. Hey, brain fog. Where is your cat? You'll have boys of your own? That's so exciting. Bill and Doug's Excellent Adventures. I'm looking forward to them. I'm looking forward to hearing all about them. So I have had a crazy, busy couple of weeks, y'all. Hair in my face. There it is. I found it. The Arkansas State Fair is in October. Wow. Aren't kids back in school by then, Brian? Aren't kids back in school then? How do the 4-H kids and the FFA kids, how do they go to the state fair and manage their schoolwork? Am I entering my fudge? Oh, Lupita. I don't know if my fudge is anywhere near good enough. You just got which? Bill and Doug's Excellent Adventures? When I make a good one, it goes under the wire undetected. Is that it, brain fog? I'm not even sure if the Washington County Fair has a prize program for their fair. I don't know how I would begin to enter my fudge, but boy, it would be fun, Lupita. Mom saw my fudge recipe out and she got all excited about fudge. And then, unfortunately, I didn't get any fudge made for her before she left. So now I'm going to have to make some and mail it to her. So fudge is incoming. Yep, they manage it just fine. Remember, Arkansas is a mostly rural state, so the farming stuff is built into the school curriculum. Very interesting, Brian. Very interesting. I just know that they have it here. They have it where I grew up as early as they do, so that the kids could be done with the fair stuff and their fair requirements before school started. But I really don't know. I haven't spent enough time at county fairs in rural Oregon to know if 4-H is a big thing here. I'm just not sure. Brain fog, I was showing everybody Hold on just a second, y'all. Back. Hey, Zippy. County fairs do rock. Basically taught to be a farmhand in high school, made sure I wasn't stupid enough to kill yourself on a tractor. The basics are important to know, Brian. The basics are important to know. Hubby told me that the first time he took out child number 4, he's probably done this with the other children as well, for driving lessons, he told them to punch it. And they looked at him. You were in 4-H too? They looked at him quizzically, because what sensible parent tells their child to punch it in the parking lot? But same reason, Brian, you need to make sure that you know exactly what your instrument is going to do when you're working with it. And if your instrument is a car or a tractor, it is good to be fully familiar with said instrument and not be surprised when you put your foot in it. What did you do in East Oakland? Did you show anything, brain fog? Hold on one more second, y'all. Is that more than you can deal with if the kids come over with the pets? Okay. I will look into it. I'm sure it is too late to put my fudge in the fair, but I'll at least look into it. I think I've got lipstick on my teeth. I hate that. I hate it when you get lipstick on your teeth. Don't you guys hate that? This is the handbags and coats section of the show. Lipstick on your teeth. It's the worst. Trust me, it's the worst. The brain fog. I got your bracelet made. And this is a spare. I got yours sent off in the mail on Monday, along with another little present that you should get soonly. You grew all the cool stuff one summer. That sounds cool and a lot across very, very, very 70s. Very 70s to grow all the stuff one summer and a lot across the street from school. My grandma my grandparents had a huge garden, and it produced so many vegetables every year. When I was a kid, my grandpa would spend so much time in the garden. My grandmother in her little kitchen canned everything that came out of that garden. Everything that came out of that garden. She canned tomatoes, she canned cherries, she canned gooseberries, she canned pickling cucumbers, 16 different ways. All different kinds of pickles. Bread and butter pickles, 9-day pickles, 12-day pickles, dill pickles, sweet pickles, so many different kinds of pickles. Really amazing. Hey, Kristen, I have missed you. I have missed all you guys. It's been so busy the last couple of weeks. I am looking forward to the schedule being more normal-ish. More normal-ish. And maybe if you guys want it, I will go back to doing Saturday morning bacon baking streams. Bread and butter pickles are my favorite. So today, for the 4th of July, I made potato salad from scratch. I made deviled egg potato salad with bread and butter pickles. And I am so excited. Well, Zippy, you learned it, didn't you? Zippy says, my 4-H banana bread got a sympathy red ribbon because I didn't know the difference between baking powder and baking soda. That is so sad, Zippy, but now you know the difference. That is one way to learn the difference. And, you know, if we learn the difference, then it won't happen again. It's like mistaking the sugar for the salt, or worse, the salt for the sugar. That is the worst mistake. Mistaking the sugar for the salt, usually not going to mess you up too much. Because adding 1.5 teaspoons of sugar to most anything, not the end of the world. However, mistaking the salt for the sugar, well, I boiled I am so sorry you're not coming up here, brain fog. I boiled 6 pounds of potatoes. I had half russets and half red. So I had half russet and half red, 3 pounds of each. And I boiled them for 25 minutes. I'm afraid maybe it was a few minutes too long. We will see. I boiled them for as long as the directions said, but I'm afraid it might have been a little bit too long. And then I took a bunch of bread and butter pickles and I threw them in the food processor with the blade and turned them into bread and butter relish. And I boiled a dozen eggs and shelled and sliced them and mixed the eggs with the pickles and some mayonnaise and some mustard. And Then when the potatoes came off the heat, I cooled them down in cold water and sliced them up hot, as hot as I could. I mean, they were cool, but they were cool to the touch so that I could slice them. And I peeled the russets. I left the red skins on and mixed it all up. And now it is in the refrigerator, becoming a thing greater than the sum of its parts. Because potato salad needs to be made a couple of days ahead. So I got in just under the wire, I think, making it today. Hopefully it'll be good by Friday. And I also need to make the celery. I will chop some up and add it tomorrow, because I was out of celery and I couldn't find the celery seed. So those I can add tomorrow. Let it marinate in its own juices with mayo and mustard and bread and butter pickles. Yes, curing the salad. That is about it, brain fog. It is curing the salad. It needs a couple of days to settle. Hopefully everybody will like it. I couldn't bring myself to taste hot potato salad earlier, so I've got to taste it in a little while and adjust for seasonings. Hot potato salad is not my thing. Crispier the better. Yes, the celery adds a nice crisp, and I figured if I chop it up later and add it, it'll be less. It'll be still nice and crispy. Exactly. Needs those crispy bits in there. I like my celeries little. I like them finely diced. Little crispy bits all over the place. And celery seed. I was out of celery seed, so I need no celery seed. Raisins in potato salad? Who in Zippy? I can understand a friendship ending over raisins in potato salad. Raisins don't belong in potato salad. Yeah, some red onion too. I will dice some red onion and add it tomorrow as well. I didn't get it fully done because I didn't have all the ingredients I thought I had. So onion needs to go in there too. You guys are right. Celery and onion. Hey, Clark. Raisins in potato salad, Zippy? For a minute, I wasn't sure that I read that right. Because, raisins can go in a lot of salads. I'm not big on raisins in salad. What do you need green papaya for, Clark? Chasing around the valley for some green papaya. What do you need green papaya? Are you making Thai green papaya salad? Because that's a wonderful thing. Yeah, good vibes. I love potato salad too, especially deviled egg potato salad. Glad we're on the same page about the raisins. You didn't want to have to block me. I don't know what to tell you, Zippy. Raisins in potato salad is a friendship ending I mean, if somebody brought raisin potato salad with raisins in it to my house, I'm not sure I know what to do. I think I think it would be a hard time for me. Onion, celery, eggs, mayo, Yukon Gold, celery seed. Yes, good vibes. I actually didn't use Yukon Golds. I used half red and half russet. I'm hoping that'll be a good mix. Yes, Adam. That is why I cut my ribs into cut my celery ribs lengthwise into 2 or 3 sections, and then I dice shortwise so that they're small taste crisps in the salad. Laotian salad with green papaya. Wow. Laotian salad. Interesting. So she is trying to recreate the salad she had last week. That sounds. Yep, chop the celery fine. Exactly. Laotian green papaya salad. Green papaya, cherry tomatoes, fish sauce. Wow. Thai versus Lao versus Vietnamese papaya salad. They're all slightly different. Each country offers its own unique version. Lao papaya salad is known for its strong, pungent flavor due to the use of fish sauce and shrimp paste. Thai papaya salad uses clear fish sauce, resulting in a milder flavor. And Vietnamese papaya salad is even more mellow than the Thai version, with added thinly sliced beef jerky and a soy-based dressing. So the Lao potato salad is the spiciest and the boldest of the three, it sounds like. Very interesting. It puts the Laotian in the basket. Oh my God, Adam. Yes, indeed, Zippy. Peeled red potatoes, sweet onions, celery, salt, mustard, mayo, eggs, celery, Mrs. Dash, ground pepper medley. Yes. Yes. So now that most of you are here, your wife eats fish sauce. Your wife is Filipino. Got it. So I'm sure she wants to make the Laotian salad. Fish sauce. Fish sauce is a wonderful thing. I like Thai food. And fish sauce is in a lot of Thai food. And I like Vietnamese food. And fish sauce is in a lot of Vietnamese food. I'm really fond of Vietnamese spring rolls. And those are often dipped in a fish sauce and carrot marinade. Makes them very tasty. So Brain Fog, I don't know if you heard, I am spending the summer with my client going to all the various county fairs in the area. There's one every week. for the next 6 or 8 weeks. Either the county fair or the state fair. So that is what I am doing this summer. I am looking forward to it. It'll be interesting next week when my regular schedule starts up again. Viet Yummies food? Yes, Kristen, I do mean Viet Yummies food. And I don't mean just pho. I grew up on Vietnamese food when I didn't even know pho was a thing. Soda, what is your deal? Do you need in that bad? You're just gonna sit there trying to go out. Hold on just a second, y'all. I'll be right back. We'll see. Soda may be coming to visit momentarily. He sits at the dog gate. He sits at the dog gate. You had Vietnamese food for lunch yesterday? I am so jelly. I am so jelly. Rain Fog, I've got a craving for some really good pad thai. Hold on. Be right back. Will you children feed the felines? Okay, don't forget I'm on. You enjoy going to your county unfair? They prohibit people from entering randomly? Adam, we're not going to be the fun police here. It's fun to go to the fair. Unfair. They prohibit people from entering randomly. Yes. What kind of Vietnamese food did you have for lunch yesterday, Zippy? All reactions are accepted. Oh my goodness, Adam, you crack me up. You crack me up. So now that you all are here, child number 4 posed a very, very interesting question to me yesterday. A very interesting question. And so I had to pose it to all of you. So the question is, if you could replace 5 federally elected officers with Muppets, who would you choose and why? So you get to replace 5 offices with Muppets. And if you want, we can do a frivolous choice and a serious choice. Because I had to do a frivolous choice first, and then I did a serious choice. But this is a true Gen X question, you guys. A dry noodle bowl with chicken plus fresh shrimp spring rolls. Nice. That sounds just lovely. I like shrimp spring rolls. Yeah, Muppets, Lupita. You know the Muppets? Kermit, Miss Piggy, Fozzie Bear, Big Bird, Ernie and Bert. Any variety thereof. You did hear correctly. It's an important question. You did hear correctly. We're replacing them with Muppets. So I could tell you my answers, but I really want to hear all of y'all's answers before I let on what mine are. For some reason, I just didn't enjoy the Muppets. I don't know why. They kind of creeped me out. It was like a dark thing. Okay, Kristen. Still, replace them with the Muppets based on your impression of the Muppets. Sam Edgar, the big eagle. I thought about that, brain fog. That replacement did occur to me. That is not the one I chose. That is not who I chose. But he was on the short list for sure. Definitely on the short list. I take that's a serious choice, brain fog. I take that that's the serious choice, not the frivolous choice. Guys, you have to see the first In Award today. It was so lovely. Big Chief won it. Let me show you. Those of you who... There it is. First In Award today. Do we have to know a Muppet replacement, or can we just name the top 5? Nope, you got to pick who you're replacing and which Muppet you're placing them with. Janice from the band for Pam Bondi. Oh, that's lovely. That's just lovely, brain fog. See what you can do. You know the top 5 you'd want replaced with any Muppet? Any Muppet. Any Muppet would be better. So my Dr. Bunsen Honeydew, Vice President Beaker. There you go, Adam. They were on the short list as well. Lupita. Right? Right? Federal, not federally elected. Federal office. Lupita. I was like, okay, Miss Piggy's president. That's all. That's all. Dusty, how are you, sweetie? How was your trip to San Francisco? I totally missed it. I've been so out of it. What with graduation and mom being here, but it is lovely to see you, my man. So good to have you. We are talking about, Dusty, if you could replace any 5 elected officials with Muppets, who would you replace with whom and why? It is a question that child number 4 posed to me yesterday, and I figured it was an excellent Isabel Person type. Who's Isabel Person? Hi, Susan, sweetie. How are you? Susan, I look at what I got done. And not only did I get them done, but it is in the mail to you, Susan. You should hopefully get them by the end of the week. Isabel Perón type. Oh. President Fozzie Bear, because at least he cares. Fozzie Bear is a good choice. Yes. Fozzie Bear for president is a good choice. I can see that. Ernie for Secretary of State. I can see that one too. I'm glad you're doing well, Susan. Tulsi Gabbard with Bunsen Honeydew. We have been talking, Susan, about the different types of potato salad and debating whether raisins belong in potato salad or not. I think that it might be close. So we need your opinion. I'm kidding. Raisins in potato salad, y'all. I'm never gonna forget that. Today I created a new streaming studio with your new fiber optic internet, ready to do some after hours panels again. Cool, Dusty. Statler and Waldorf for Secretary of the Treasury. There you go. I'm still loving Brain Fog's suggestion of Sam Edgar for president and Adam's suggestion of Bunsen Honeydew and Beaker for president and vice president. I think those are excellent suggestions. Raisins never belong in potato salad. That's what I was saying, Scooter Mom. No raisins? Yeah. Zippy. I think we're all agreed here that raisins don't belong in potato salad. Animal for SecDef. Okay, but we've got the facetious list and the not facetious list. And I'm not sure which ones you guys are giving me, facetious or not. Frivolous, I mean. I knew it was an F word with roughly the same number of syllables. Animal for potato salad. Animal will destroy the potato salad, won't he, Adam? Give him a look at it. Give him one look at it, and there we go. So my selections, after I decided Miss Piggy was probably not the most rational solution for president, I decided on Grover for president. I like Grover for president. And I like Big Bird for vice president. And I like Cookie Monster for Secretary of State. and I can't remember. I had two others. Child, do you recall? Child, do you recall what Muppet? Do you recall what Muppet I said for Speaker of the House? Okay, we're playing your game. It's fun. Okay. Kermit for EPA. It's not easy being green. That's excellent, Zippy. That's excellent. So it has come. We have had a President Grover. Indeed, we have had a President Grover. I like Grover for president. Grover for president and Big Bird for vice president. I think that's a lovely ticket. Dawn, honey, how are you? Come on in, pull up a chair, Dawn, and tell us what five Muppets would you replace any federal elected officials with? Janice for Governor General. I like Janice. Somebody else said Janice. What did they say Janice for? I should have written all these down. Somebody else said Janice. Or Pam Bondi. Brain fog did. Janice for Pam Bondi. Okay, you guys keep telling me your ideas. My five I chose were President, Vice President, Secretary of State, Senate Majority Leader, and Speaker of the House. Pam Bondi, yep. Janice for Pam Bondi. Boy, that delay must be long. Grover was the only. What's that? No, I'm not on Top Chat. I can't be on Top Chat because I'm not streaming through YouTube. Top Chat is the worst, though. Top Chat is the worst, Adam. It's federally elected. There won't be too many. Yeah. Yeah. Kermit for POTUS, Grover for VP, Gonzo for Secretary of State, Miss Piggy for Secretary of Defense, Doc for Surgeon General. Fab Daddy, how are you, sweetie? It's good to see you. Yes, this is our version of fantasy football. I think it's an excellent exercise. It's also kind of interesting what people actually come on. Dawn coming in with the total solution? Exactly. Glitch in the Matrix? Federal office. Elected to federal office. Adam. or serving in federal office. Let's just not be pedantic here about the rules. I meant, the federal officers, be they senators. We're not replacing state governors. But the House of yeah, it's a lot of effort. The House of Representatives and the Senate are both totally open, but I don't know that you'd want to replace individual House and Senate members beyond the majority leader and the speaker. Where are my glasses, y'all? I took them off. It is time for the quiz show, the count for California governor. Hey, Fuzzy. No problem being late. We're happy to have you at all. If I'd known all my afternoon clients would flake, Dawn. That's the worst. Which Muppet should replace Mitch? You only get 5. I picked my 5. I picked the president, the vice president, secretary of state, the Senate majority leader, and the Speaker of the House. And I should I'm going to have to rack my brain now and remember who I picked for Speaker of the House and Senate majority leader. They seemed like good choices at the time, but now I can't remember who they were. I was sort of cheating. I pulled up a whole list of the Muppets. It got warm here today. Yeah, you can always lurk, Dawn. We like having you if you can make it. Rosita for the Department of Education. That's lovely, Lupita. That's lovely. And Adam, I wasn't calling you pedantic. I was just saying, let's not, is Clifford a Muppet? Clifford a Muppet? There's a Clifford Muppet? I don't know Clifford the Muppet. Oh. Clifford. I forgot about Clifford. Do you guys know the Clifford Muppet? Let's show you the Clifford Muppet. Clifford is not a big dog. Clifford is an actual Muppet, y'all. There he is. Check him out. That's Clifford. You guys remember him now? I didn't remember him. Zippy did. Constantine. There's a Constantine Muppet? Y'all are really. Oh, Constantine is a doppelganger for Kermit. Yes, I forgot about him too, Dawn. He was in the band. Yep, yep, he was in the band. Indeed, he was. I blew child number 4's mind last night, y'all. They didn't quite realize that Sesame Street and the Muppets were the same. And then I explained they're only sort of the same because the only person who exists in the Sesame Street universe and the Muppets universe is Kermit. So it's two distinct universes with this one character who crosses over. Very interesting. Animal for who, Fab Daddy? Animal for what office? Beaker for Secretary of Health and Human Services? I like that, Fuzzy. I like that one a lot. These are all, you guys are so thoughtful with this very serious question. So I had a lovely time this weekend. Hubby and I went to his class reunion. So Kermit is God? I don't think so. How did Kermit become God? What did I say that made Kermit God, brain fog? Constantine for POTUS. Kermit's doppelganger. He just liked Animal. He bangs the drums. He's a wild and crazy guy. Indeed, he is. Animal is excellent. So who's everybody's favorite Muppet? Who's your favorite Muppet, you guys? Indigo. Ellie is God. Ellie is indeed God. Moderator God, for sure. Indigo, it is lovely to see you. The Swedish chef for head of the FDA. Excellent. Susan, do you have any thoughts? Because he went from Sesame to the Muppets. I think he was on Mr. Rogers too. Was Kermit on Mr. Rogers? I don't think so. Mr. Rogers had his own puppets and they were very different from Kermit. The old farts were your favorite, Statler and Waldorf? Statler and Waldorf are excellent. Let's see if Kermit was ever on Mr. Rogers. Fred Rogers visited the set of Sesame Street and interacted with Big Bird and Kermit during a 1981 special called Sesame Street, 20 and Still Counting. But Jim Henson's Muppets never made a full crossover appearance on Mr. Rogers. Mr. Rogers, on the other hand, did make an appearance on Sesame Street. You can't remember Muppets? I made Cookie Monster Secretary of State. I want Cookie Monster for Secretary of State. Sesame Street are Muppets. Being Elmo, A Puppeteer's Journey is a fantastic and fascinating documentary. I will put it on the list, Zippy, as soon as I can pull my notepad out. I haven't been sitting at my desk, and I can tell because things are just piled on here. On the list. Sesame Street is Muppets, Indigo. Sesame Street is Muppets. Mr. Rogers knew how to flip the birdie better than anyone. It comes with a song. Which song, Fab Daddy? I love Mr. Rogers, but I never knew him to flip the bird. Gonzo is your fave. Gonzo is everything. Nope, Sesame Street is Muppets, Indigo. I blew child number 4's mind telling her that. They didn't realize that either. Sesame Street and the Muppets. Sesame Street are Muppets, and the Muppet that crossed over is Kermit. Kermit was on both. Anything Gonzo is a hoot, like Gonzo journalism, thanks to Hunter S. Thompson. The Finger Song. Oh. Mr. Rogers doing the Finger Song, huh? Where is Thumbkin? Ah, where is Thumbkin? Yes. Oscar was misunderstood. Oscar is misunderstood. I still wouldn't put him in the cabinet. As an adult, you vibe with Oscar? That's funny, Indigo. That's really funny. Dusty says, answering my question, California trip was fast and smooth. Got to hang with Foggy, Papa, and Rib Guy, and it was awesome fun. The funeral was very nice, and I got to catch up with some second cousin. The event was in the Sierra Mountains, and it took all day with 2 long drives, and then I flew home 3 hours later. Mom flew out there with me, and we got first class. Coming home. Good. I'm glad. I'm glad that you had a good trip, even with the difficult circumstances. Yeah, Fraggle Rock and the Dark Crystal. Fraggle Rock and the Dark Crystal also count as Muppets. If we want to expand the Muppet universe. Bert for vice president? There you go, Indigo. There you go. Yes, we are sorry for your loss, Dusty. I know it's hard circumstances to have to fly out, but I'm really glad that you had such a nice time with everybody. Look at that. I'm sending hearts without even realizing it. There you go, Dusty. How many can I do? There, it works. I need to put the Dark Crystal on my list and rewatch it because I have not watched it in a really long time. He was your favorite? Saturday Night Live had the Muppets too? When did did the Muppets show up on Saturday Night Live? I bet you it was Miss Piggy and Kermit. He was your favorite? I'm sorry for your loss, Dusty. I'm really sorry for your loss. I'm really sorry for your loss. So let's do some trivia questions, you guys. We've exhausted the potato salad raisin debate. And I think the Muppets for federal office for the first season. Interesting. Yeah, I can see that. That it wouldn't last long. On my list, Fab Daddy. Mr. Rogers and Captain Kangaroo appeared together, better than Reagan Gorbachev. Mr. Rogers, I loved Captain Kangaroo. What's green and smells like Miss Piggy? Oh, I hope this is a nice joke, Zippy. What's green and smells like Miss Piggy? I mean, I'm gonna guess Kermit. I'm gonna guess Kermit. Raisins and potatoes shouldn't be in the same sentence, let alone in the same salad. Fuzzy, I agree. Zippy said friendships were broken over this, and I can imagine. Susan! Oh my goodness gracious, Susan. You guys are gonna make me blush. Oh my. Kermit the Frog's finger. Yeah. Oh my. Oh my, oh my. That's really bad. Susan knows the joke. No, you don't need to be sorry. It was hilarious. It was hilarious. We missed first and second Minnesota goodbye, you guys. High fives for Susan all around. She knows the joke. Raisins and potatoes do not belong in the same salad. I will agree deeply with that. No, I mean, like, I guessed Kermit. I, it's Kermit and Miss Piggy. His finger wouldn't occur to me. Oh my goodness. That's a good one, guys. You got me. You got me good. It is warm in the house. Let me check the thermostat. Hold on a moment, y'all. That joke is probably 40 years old. How low? Kermit doesn't have anatomy. No, he doesn't have anatomy. So it could only be his finger, right, Brain Fog? Paolo, how are you, dear? It's good to see you. I have missed you and the flowers. FDR's son was named Kermit. I mean, Kermit's a good name that nobody uses anymore because, Kermit the Frog. Hi-ho, Kermit the Frog here. Kermit the Frog here. Kermit the Frog here. I don't know how he says it. Hi-ho, Kermit the Frog here. So, apparently there's a classic toy that was an accident and started out as a compound to clean wallpaper, but it was fun to work with. What is its brand name? What is the brand name for a classic toy that started out as a compound to clean wallpaper, but was fun to work with? That's probably all the trivia you know. Susan, you've done very good at this game. You've done exceptionally well at the Kermit game. I'm not even high, guys. This is the show, and I haven't even smoked today. Oh my goodness. Not Silly Putty, Play-Doh. Silly Putty is close, because Silly Putty was made for something else similar. But it's Play-Doh that was made for cleaning wallpaper. That isn't a very good Kermit the Frog impersonation. Hi-ho, Kermit the Frog here. Oh, is that a little better, Zippy? Hey, Papa Cat, I bet you can do a Kermit impression. No, it was Play-Doh. It was Play-Doh, not Silly Putty. I know Silly Putty was for something else. What's that? Is it really? Oh, Silly Putty. Silly Putty was apparently for NASA so they could affix tools to the inside of spacecraft. Otherwise, they'd float away while they were working on something. I don't know that's why it was invented, though, because I think it was invented before NASA. Well, chat, tell me all about Silly Putty. The Peanut Gallery over here thinks it was invented for NASA to help tools not fly away in space. You got it right, and then you second guess yourself. Exactly, Scooter. He can do Ernie, not Kermit. Silly Putty is needed to extract the cartoon images off the funny pages. That was a better one? Good, Zippy, because that's all you're getting. That and the green eyeshadow is the Kermit channeling for tonight. That is the best you're going to get. Hi ho. No. Hi ho. Kermit the Frog here. Yes. In 1974, when she was kidnapped, Patty Hearst was engaged. What was her fiance's name? It got warm in this house. The thermostat has been confused. Thank you, Dawn. Thanks, Brain Fog. Silly Putty was created by NASA to help prepare people for the flat Earth. Adam. To help prepare people for two-dimensional living. Is that it, Adam? You guys know the scene in A Wrinkle in Time when they try to tesseract to a two-dimensional planet? Stephen Weed is right, Bob. How are you? It's good to see you, dear. Welcome in. We are having a rollicking good time talking about which Muppets we would substitute in for elected officials in the United States government, elected and appointed. Federal officers. Adam, give me the right words to explain what I'm trying to say in as few words as possible. Stephen Weed is right. You're just lurking? Lurking is fine. You are always welcome to lurk. The lurkers are just as important as everybody else. You need to reread it? Yeah, there's a whole scene. And Kermit's finger. Yes. And Kermit's finger. Weedhurst Manor would have worked. Yes, it would have. In 1969, despite winning an Emmy Award for best writing that season, the Smothers Brothers Comedy Hour was canceled by CBS. Why was the Smothers Brother federal office holders? Thank you, Adam. Federal office holders. Anyone who holds federal office. What do you call 1,000 lesbians with assault rifles? Oh, Fuzzy, do tell, honey. So why was the Smothers Brothers Comedy Hour canceled? I am not sure what you call 1,000 lesbians with assault rifles. You call them any Melissa Etheridge. Militia Etheridge. Oh my goodness. Militia Etheridge. I mean, I was going to say, Fuzzy, you call them anything they want you to call them. 1,000 lesbians with assault rifles. Anything they want you to call them is what you call them. It's been over half a decade since I read A Wrinkle in Time. There was a moment in the book that has left a feeling in me to this day, but I can't remember what it is. Wrinkle in Time is one of my favorite books, Zippy. I think it's an excellent book. Anybody know why the Smothers Brothers Comedy Hour was canceled? You'll see yourself out? Nah. Kristen didn't call a strike, and she is in charge of the outs around here. She's only issued them to Adam. The Sapphic Liberation Front. There you go, Adam. That's beautiful, the Sapphic Liberation Front. That's actually a good name. Vietnam joke? No, Papa Cat, that's not it. I mean, that might be part of it. If I'm being fully honest, it might be part of it. But it's not the whole it. Oh, Watership Down. I can't do Watership Down. Big Giant Head Wings. The brothers got smothered. Yes, they did, Adam. Big Giant Head wins. That makes more sense, Brain Fog. That makes more sense. We are coming up on 3rd Minnesota goodbye, y'all. Who do we need to Beetlejuice in here? I haven't seen Big Chief. No, Big Chief was here. Big Chief won first hit. I haven't seen MLH. Who else haven't we seen? Most of y'all are here. And we got extras. Zippy's here. It's lovely. If you rolled 5 that matched, you yelled out the name of what best-selling game? Not quite yet. We're early, but we can call it 3rd Minnesota goodbye. See who shows up. See who shows up. If you rolled 5 that matched, you yelled out the title of what game? MLH would be lovely, but he's usually bingo. You got bingo, good vibes? Not bingo. It's not bingo. You rolled. It always is, Zippy. We're always a hoot around here. We try to be. It keeps people around. At least we hope to. If you rolled 5 that matched, you yelled out yes and gave a thumbs up. It's okay, good vibes. Look at all the thumbs ups. Which happened first? Andy Warhol paints his first soup can painting, or the Canadian flag changes from a Union Jack to the maple leaf? Which happened first? We have three questions. One is, why was the Smothers Brothers Comedy Hour canceled by CBS? The second is, if you rolled 5 that matched, you yelled out the title of what game? And the third one is, which happened first? Andy Warhol painted his first soup can painting, or the Canadian flag changes from the Union Jack to the maple leaf? Buzzy, did he really? Soup can came first? You are right. Political incorrectness. Yahtzee. Soup can. It was political something. It was trouble with the censors. Although it doesn't say trouble over what, but it was trouble with the censors is why they were canceled. See now, guys, now I'm going from warm to cold in an all-fire hurry. That is why I sit under a blanket all year long. Can anybody give me 3? Did we have this question already? I think we had that question already. According to Neil Diamond's lyric for the Monkees' hit song, when did he become a believer? When did he become a believer? According to the lyric for the hit song from the Monkees, when did he become a believer? Diefenbaker hated the maple leaf? Did he really? Why is that, Adam? Diefenbaker was the Prime Minister of Canada from 1957 to 1963. When you saw her face, exactly, you guys got it. That was an easy one. We got Yahtzee, we got the soup can. Can anybody give me 3 of the original members of Monty Python's Flying Circus? I think we've had this question before. But let's try again. Cinnamon, maple, and caramel. Ooh. 3 favorite. An Empire loyalist, so he didn't want it changed at all, Adam. Interesting. Interesting. So he wouldn't have liked the maple leaf. Which 2 actors portrayed the dirty old man and the spinster with a purse in Laugh-In? Those were the same years as Leave It to Beaver. Indeed, they were. Indeed, they were. So long ago. I remember watching Leave It to Beaver reruns when I was in grade school. Fleece, Palin, Jones, Eric Idle, Terry Gilliam, you guys are doing great. Artie Johnson and Ruth Buzzy is absolutely correct. Good vibes. Have we had anybody show up for third Minnesota goodbye? What did Cheech and Chong do when they saw flashing lights approaching from behind? What did Cheech and Chong do when they saw the police approaching from behind? Name the see-through toy that Uncle Milton invented that fascinated boomers from the time they could crawl. Did Mel Brooks and John Cleese ever work together? I don't know. But you know what? We have the internet, and it will tell us such a thing. 1983 pirate comedy Yellowbeard. John Cleese plays a quirky blind pirate in the ensemble cast, which also includes Eric Idle, Madeline Kahn, Peter Boyle, and Mel Brooks. Cleese later called Yellowbird one of the 6 worst films made in the history of the world. So, there was a planned cameo in History of the World Part 1, but Yellowbeard, 1983, Zippy. Ate it indeed. Ate their stash. Yes. If you remember the 70s, you weren't there. Bob. So right. I got a Goldie Hawn lick-on tattoo kit for Christmas over a half-century ago. I was a fan of laughing at an early age, apparently. Zippy, that is excellent. Goldie Hawn lick-on tattoo. Amazing. Amazing. You remember lick-on tattoos? So much funny. What were the good old boys drinking in American Pie? And what group's 1969 debut album cover featured a picture of the Hindenburg bursting into flames as it was crashing? And did we answer the Uncle Milty question? Name the toy Uncle Milty invented that fascinated boomers from the time they could crawl. Whiskey and Rye is right. You were too young to do the drugs in the 70s? Led Zeppelin is absolutely correct. Zippy, you were too young to do the drugs in the 70s? I was a little too young too. Led Zeppelin is absolutely right. And Cheech and Chong absolutely ate the pot. They ate it when they saw the flashing lights. We haven't answered the Milty question. We've got Whiskey and Rye. Ooh. Which three states are home to the most U.S. presidents, y'all? Which three states are home to the most U.S. presidents? We are deep into third Minnesota goodbye territory. Good vibes beat you to it too. Yes, Fuzzy. Ant Farm is right. Ant Farm is absolutely right. Uncle Milton was the inventor of the ant farm. Which three states were home to the most U.S. presidents? What genius product of the boom era was invented by monkey Mike Nesmith's mother, Betty? I think we already read these one. I think we already had these. I think we already had these. Illinois is not one of the states, the United States. Virginia and New York, Papa Cat, is correct. Now we need a third. Now we need a third. Whiteout is absolutely right. Liquid paper is it. Yeah, I think we did all these questions before. The knit cap. There you go, Adam. Who is the singer who had hits with Honeycomb, Kisses Sweeter Than Wine, and Uh-Oh, I'm Falling in Love Again? Off-topic question for brain fog. Have you ever been to the Vesuvio City Lights bookstore, Beck's, the Saloon, and our Cafe Trieste? Wondering if the latter still has opera on weekend afternoons. Okay, I'll let brain fog answer that, but now I'm curious. New York, Ohio, Virginia. Guys, I think New York, Ohio, Virginia is right. But you know what? I lost the question. I lost the question. Let me find it. Well, let me see. Virginia, Ohio, and New York, in that order. Virginia had 8 presidents. Ohio had 7 presidents. And New York had 5. Bear White, okay, frog. Okay, frog. I'm sure you meant okay, fog. But I think we've all done it and called her brain frog. Not just me. I know I've done it more than once. High Times magazine dubbed him the clown prince of counterculture. He was also the official clown for the Grateful Dead. Name him. The official clown for the Grateful Dead, y'all. Shaquille. Has Zippy seen Soda? I don't think so. Would y'all like a Soda appearance? Hold on a second. Let me see if I can make that happen.
Here's a soda. I had to walk all the way across the house for him, y'all. Let me turn off the background. Hold on a second. Give me a second. Soda. There's the cat. Hold on. Hold on, Bubba. There you go. Show everybody your beauteousness. I can't hold the cat and read the chat at the same time, guys. So this is Soda. He is, I told you guys, next time you saw him, he would be shaved. I did shave your baby, brain fog. He was getting too matted. He was getting way too matted. I had to shave him. Yes. Yes. I am now going to have makeup in my hair, and Orion is going to bark. Hey, up, up. Everything all at once. Shaquille. Yes, Susan. He was third Minnesota Goodbye. You. You won third Minnesota Goodbye Award. Let me show you what you've won. Check it out, Shaquille. And Soda is here to help deliver your award. Shaquille, make sure and email me, and we will get you your award. Hi, babe. Yeah. Y'all for the licks? Hmm? There's third Minnesota Goodbye. It goes quite well. It was Alice and Dorothy. So Shaquille, you get Alice. Lovely iteration of Alice. Everything all at once. You have to get up here before the big ice. Yes. If you want a soda, you do. Everything all at once seems to be the order of the day around here, Zippy. Always everything all at once. Let's turn the background back on since soda is being. Not quite so difficult. Good night, good vibes, and Bob. Thank you both for coming. It's good to see you. I am about to take off myself. Go on a YouTube walkabout that may or may not land you back here. Okay, Zippy, you take care. I will be going off in just a few minutes, so you won't end up back here. But wherever you find yourself, enjoy it. Enjoy it. Good night, you guys. I am going to sign off as well because it is that time. But I appreciate all of you very much. Sunday, before I sign off, it's important, y'all. Sunday is the first Sunday in July, and so we are having book club this Sunday, and we are reading a book called now I can't remember the name of the book. Hold on while I look it up. It was a good book that I can't remember the name of at any point in time. Here it is. Something Between Us. The Everyday Walls of American Life and How to Take Them Down. By Anand Pandian. So, this book is because Soda's having trouble figuring out what he wants to do down. There he goes. That's the end of Soda, you guys. There's a 100% chance you won't be doing your homework. Fuzzy. Shaquille, do you know my email so you can shoot me an email? Here, puppy. Let's give them all a show. Yeah. Good. Look at that! What have we got, you guys? My own Muppet. It's my own Muppet. Here to lick my makeup off my face. Clean it all off for me. Okay, that's enough. That's enough. Yeah, I know. I let you near my face. Good night, Susan. No what, Brain Fog? No, what? No for what? Because Book Club Sunday, we'll be talking about the book. If you didn't read the book, that's okay. You can still participate. We'd like to have you. Yes, we have an Orion. We have an Orion for the last minute or two. Here he is. Licking and licking. My own little Muppet. Okay, you guys. Take care.